So, how is everything so far?
You guys have put on a great event, very organized. You guys have great translators, and they're wonderful to help us kind of get through. Because as men, we just see the beauty. We have to get into the heart and the mind, and they're wonderful that way. And it's just beautiful, and everybody's having a great time. And the women are so nice, and they're having a great time. They're meeting a lot of other women, and we get to know each other as men. And it's just a wonderful event that is something that happens once in a lifetime. And I say, take advantage of it. Get out here.
And one advice for the gentlemen that they want to visit Colombia and they want to meet a Colombian girl.
Stop writing. Just come out there. Put the credit card down and come out here. You're wasting money writing. Meet these women face to face.
That is important, that you came here and you met these beautiful girls, right?
Very happy. Very, very happy.
Thank you so much for everything.
I appreciate it.
Hello, guys. Well, we are here again in Guatapé, September 25th, right? Hi, hello, Davey. How are you?
Welcome. It's a Wednesday. Welcome to the Latin show. I can't believe it's 7:30, 5:30 Phoenix time, 7:30 Colombian time here. And we are already starting. So welcome everybody tonight. I'm Maria. I'm your host for tonight. I will introduce myself a little bit later in the show. For all the new faces, for all the new people who came to the channel in the last couple of weeks, welcome, welcome, welcome. If that's the first time you're watching it, I had a couple of emails coming in. I saw one of your videos. I want to see the live show. When is it? When can I do it? So it's great that lots of you are interested and that you're watching the videos, that you're watching the show. So thank you so much for doing that. This show is a live show, so I'm here to answer your questions. And tonight we're going to have a special, but we're going to have a special more time to answer your questions, because often we have a lot of videos, testimonials, interviews, people. But I wanted to start the year a little bit more like with your general questions, because I know, as I said, some of you are new, haven't been here ever, have never been to Colombia, have never dated a Colombian woman or Latin woman. You might have questions, and just go ahead and ask your questions away tonight. I'm trying to answer as many as possible. If I didn't answer your question, write more, ask more, because you're having the chat here on the side, but you have to go on the webcast instant text website to write the questions, or Kirk sometimes put them to me as well. So if your question was not answered, or if you have it again, write it again, or keep on asking. Because and if after the show you have more questions or your question was not answered, you can see our contact information here in the screen. There's our phone number, the Phoenix phone number is 60. Now I'm lost. 602-553-8178. Yes. And you do the extension 2018, and then you reach me, or if you dial 0, you talk to the operator, you talk to Brianna. You can ask for Anna, who's responsible for all the individual travel. You can talk to Michelle, who's doing the group tours. You can ask for Kirk, who is doing a lot of everything and support of, in general, a lot of things. You can ask, I don't know, for Liz, for Noelia and Express Mail. So we have different parts where you can go and call and reach different people, right, in the company. So you can dial 2018. In case you cannot reach me, leave me please a message. I'm usually more available via email. So if you cannot reach me via phone, write me an email to afacolombia7@gmail.com, and I will get back to you to your questions as soon as I can. And yeah, looking forward to get to know you more, know more about your questions, what you're looking for in a woman, what are your questions about Colombia, Colombian dating. So just go ahead and ask around tonight. That's why I'm here. What we're going to talk about tonight will be, if you want to travel to Colombia, what you need? I do this on every show since we had, unfortunately, this pandemic. So since then, I always inform about the travel updates. Sometimes we have Eric Lee here, who updates as well about the prices, the flight, airfare prices to fly to Colombia. If you book a little bit of time ahead, usually it's quite cheap. From Miami, there are a lot of really great connections. Miami, New York, it's basically the easiest, but obviously the other hubs work very well too. So you just try to find the best way wherever. If you come to the West Coast, it's obviously a little bit different. But definitely I have lots of clients from the West Coast and from all over the US, from all over the world. Europe, Australia. So this is a very international. I had people from Africa, South Africa writing me, is this only for that kind of, from that country, clients from that country? Said, no, that is we are an international matchmaking service. So it doesn't matter from which country you are. If you're interested to meet a serious woman for marriage, for dating, for a relationship, to start a family with, whatever, this is your place to go. I'm here representing Colombia, but we have offices in Mexico and Peru, in Costa Rica, affiliate partners in Mexico, but we have offices in Peru and Peru and Costa Rica, and in Colombia we have 3 in Barranquilla, in Cartagena, and in Medellin, and now we have also an office in Santa Marta. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to welcome you here, helping you to find a beautiful woman inside and outside to, be happy with, and to, hopefully get married to for the rest of your life and be happy for the rest of your life with that person. The Foreign Affair is around since 1995. So it will be the 28th anniversary this year. So that is fantastic and shows the history and the thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of matches and children which have been matched all over the last 28 years. So it's fantastic. If you don't believe it, if it's true, if it works, how it works, that's why I'm here. Ask me the questions. You can look at our videos. We have our YouTube channels, and we try to put as much material as possible here so that you can see what it is about. We have different services, lots of different matchmaking services. My favorite one is the Executive VIP Elite Club service. As lots of you might know, the ones who are not familiar with that, I give you later a short introduction to it. But right now, I'm really happy. I'm having so many of you who watch the series. I'm sorry, I had a really long day today talking about VIP. I had a really long VIP intake today of 5.5 hours. Usually it takes us 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, that intake when we start the Elite Club. So when you and me, we start this service, the Elite Club service, the VIP service, we take 3 hours, at least 2.5, 3 hours, 3.5 maximum usually, to do the intake, where we really talk to each other. Today it was longer, but that's the beauty of that service, right? It takes what it takes the time it takes, and that's why we're here, and that's why we're doing it. So I'm a little bit tired tonight, so please forgive myself. I had a long, very long day. Since 10 a.m. I'm in Zoom, and it is here 7:30 p.m. right now. So yeah, I'm there, but so VIP service is great because you really have the chance to really work really closely together. You will not only spend with me that intake, if not, we do that for 3 months. Every week we are talking, we're doing Zoom calls, we are doing where you are at in the dating, how were your dates this week, how was the video call, where had you the connection, who you want to talk to, which profiles are available, who was interested, who answered that question. So there's so much going on in the VIP, and I'm really excited because the year started already very busy. Lots of you took made that leap of faith and to make a decision in terms of, let me take this service, the VIP service, or the tour. Also, lots of you are already requiring the tours, later on in the year. I have lots of reservations for people already asking for Cartagena in November. I'm sorry, I had to drink a little bit of water. For a lot of you are asking for already November, and you're preparing yourself for the trip. So this year, I have the feeling that lots of you are preparing for that, especially maybe after pandemic, where lots of you were still stuck at home, kind of not knowing if you want to travel, if you want to go abroad. But now the world is open. Basically, pretty much all the countries are open. Very few countries are still making restrictions. There are nearly no restrictions in most of the countries. So right now, a lot of you are going out, looking outside again, seeing it's possible to travel, to meet. It's a lot of fun. It has been actually people are more motivated, are more serious than it was before the pandemic. And so I love it. I love it that I had so many from you calling, asking, and I have next week more clients starting, VIP clients starting, and we have the tour next week in Medellin. So that will be very exciting. So if you have questions about the tours, about the VIP, about dating, as I said, just let me know. And the tour in Medellin is sold out, as you already know. you still can get on a waiting list in case that somebody cancels. We already have a couple of people on the waiting list, but you never know. I told you about Thomas last Medellin tour who went on the waiting list. Somebody really canceled. He came there and he's there ever since. He never left since last September, and he's having a blast. So yeah, there are, you never know when you go on a waiting list, you never know what's going to happen. So why not getting on that waiting list? You can always say no. And if it's not that tour, we have the Mexican tour coming up in February. There's only one spot left. So if you want to do that, do it quickly. And then we have Barranquilla coming up in March. I'm so excited for that Barranquilla tour. I have a really great feeling that it's going to be a beautiful tour. We still have spaces available, and we're going to talk a little bit about that tour tonight as well. Actually, I have a testimonial for you prepared. We got that freshly in yesterday. We were not completely 100% able to put the subtitles 100% correctly because it's not mostly in Spanish, but Carolina and Adam were so kind to share their testimonial. They met on the last Barranquilla tour, and we put the subtitles quickly in so that you can already see it. And we're going to work on that video a little bit more. They'll be published in the next couple of days. And then you can see it in full length and in full subtitles. And so, yeah, I will show you that because you will see it is possible to meet somebody. It's possible to meet somebody in Colombia. It's possible to meet somebody on a tour. It's possible, obviously, there are different ways to meet somebody. Some of you men do not want to go on a tour, do not want to be in a group, do not want to speed dating, do not want to be in that big kind of group. So the individual services, introductions, and the executive service, as I said, are really great options to do so. And let me see if some of you already are writing. Oh, wow, you're already writing a lot. Okay, that's so great. Let me see you, Michael Drake. Michael, you're asking the right question, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit later, but let me answer your question. So Michael is asking, will there be weekly Colombian shows in 2023? So the answer is yes. I know I promised it, and I promised it that we will be having weekly shows, and we will be having weekly shows. Not right away, because we are getting the Medellin tour going for next week, and who actually will help me with the shows is Manuela from the Medellin office. You have seen Manuela often here. She has been doing the show with me or without me alone, and she is amazing. You know her, you have talked to her, you have asked her questions, and so Manuela and I will do the shows. And so she will do 2, I will do 2 per month. And probably we will start with that after the Medellin tour, which I assume mid-February, because we need, like, after the tour, at least lots of you are staying longer. We have now, which I also love, guys, I thank you so much for also listening to me and for listening to the tips. I get a lot of beautiful, positive feedback that the tips I give you are helpful. And what I really am grateful for, that you listen to it and take the advice. And lots of you are booking the 10-day tour. Couple of years before we did a lot of the videos, most of our clients did the 7-day tour, and I see so much more results if you can at least go in the 10-day tour. If you can do only 7 days, no worries, do the 7-day, right? The 7 days is great. Try to come back as soon as possible when you can, but if you can do 10-day or 14-day in the tour, it's perfect, it's fantastic, and you have just so much more time. It's more relaxing for you, more relaxed for you, because dating can be also stressful. If you have to put everything in a week together, it might be like a lot for you, because we're doing a lot of activities, a lot of things. And if you have a little bit more time, it's a little bit more relaxed, and you have a little bit more time to get to know the person. So thank you for listening to that. Lots of you in the Medellin tour, I think we have 70%, 75% staying 10 days or longer. And so that is really, really great. It will be more successful for you, and it will be gives you more time to get to know the culture. So that's great. So to answer your question, yes, you will have weekly Latin shows we're going to produce. So let me tell you what's going on in Colombia. We are doing a lot of things right now. So we are organizing the whole teams. So we are employing new people. It's a new year. We're growing. So which is fantastic. There's a high demand. And so we are hiring new people, which is great. So obviously hiring, training, all the business owners, everybody who's doing that knows how complicated that sometimes is or how long it can take. But we are on that already. And the team is growing. And you saw our team meeting and reunion in Christmas and end of the year celebration in the last show. We are already grew a lot since since a couple of years. And now, we're hiring more people. We're growing the team. We're growing the VIP team. We're growing this year the Latin show. We want to do more Latin shows. We have a lot of positive feedback from you guys. You love the videos, you love the shows. We're going to produce more videos for you here in Colombia. We're going to get a lot more content from the offices, and so that you in every show hopefully get something new. If you have any requests, what you would like to see, we're always open. I know you love the interviews of the women, but if you want to know more man testimony, more women testimonial, show me more of the city. I want to know the best restaurants of Cartagena. I want to see the beach in Boca Grande. Show me the office, whatever. Let me know. I want to get to know more about the office managers, whatever. Let us know so that we can produce the videos that you are interested to see. Because as I said, everything we do here is for you, because we see a lot of demand from your side, a lot of questions, a lot of things you want to know. So that is why we do that. So next questions, because that will be one of the beautiful things we're doing. Weekly shows in the Latin show. Blue saying, I am getting ready for my trip this weekend to Arizona. I'll be stopping by the office on Monday. Blue, that is perfect, great. And I'm really happy. I would be loving to go also to the office right now and say hi to everybody. I love the Phoenix office. Say hi to everybody from me, please, and enjoy your time in the Phoenix office. Everybody's really great there, and have a great time in Arizona, and hope you enjoy it. I imagine you're escaping maybe the winter a little bit. Blue, I'm only doing the Monday show usually, but since I'm going to Mexico next month, I will try to catch this show. Okay, Blue, perfect. We're talking a little bit more about Colombia in the show, not so much about Mexico, but if you have questions, I can try to help you with. But generally, the tours are the same. If you do it in Mexico, if you do it in Peru, if you do it in Costa Rica, if you do it in Colombia, generally the initial schedule is the same. That we have an orientation meeting on Friday. Actually, this Friday, I don't know how it's in the Mexico tour, but it should be 1 week prior as well. This Friday, we have the conference call with all our tour clients for the Medellin tour next week. So the tour starts on Thursday. So Friday, usually prior, we do the conference call where we usually talk about what to bring, what to pack, right? It's a cloth-wise, and what to bring money-wise. And if you need a visa, which you don't need. If you need a COVID test, you only need a COVID test if you're not vaccinated. If you're vaccinated, you don't need it. So sorry, I didn't get to the travel updates. Travel updates didn't really change. What I said, you need if you're not vaccinated, a 72-hour prior PCR or 48-hour prior antigen test to enter Colombia. And if you're vaccinated, you just bring your card. All of you have to fill out the check migration form. If you don't know what that is, Google it, check MIG form or check migration form Colombia. And this is a form you fill out. You need like 10, 15, 20 minutes max to fill that form out. And it is sometimes a little bit tricky. So if you don't know, we have a tutorial, reach out to us, no problem. But generally, it's very easy to travel to Colombia. And as I said, from Miami and other parts of the US and other parts of the world, there are great connections. Miami, Panama are usually the hubs, and there are a lot of direct flights as well from US to Colombia, or depending on the country where you are. Obviously, in Germany, there are direct flights to Colombia. Hi to all the Germans maybe watching. Guten Abend, hallo, guten Morgen und guten Nachmittag, wenn ihr alle zuguckt. I have quite a few German clients right now watching the show. Actually, I met one of them last week here in Santa Marta, which was great. So if you are Germans here watching, welcome as well. And if you have any questions, obviously you can write me in German. You don't have to do it in English. And I got an email today as well where somebody was happy that I was reading in German the other day. So yeah, if there are any Germans here, welcome, welcome, welcome. And obviously everybody from all over the world, welcome to the show. I'm always happy, as many cultures as possible. I love the international. So Sean is saying, good evening, Maria. Good evening, Sean. Gonzo is asking, how often do you see men getting engaged to Colombian girls? Okay, we're getting here in there a lot of different questions. Great. So let me answer your question for a second. How often do you see men getting engaged to Colombian girls? The question itself is difficult to answer, but generally speaking, I see it very often. Like most of our clients who come with the aim to get engaged and to get married. So when there is a connection, when there is a relationship, most of the people do get engaged. and most of the people also manage to get married. You just have to keep in mind between engaged, you have to get still maybe a visa if you don't want to live in the US. So when you get engaged, usually most people start the visa process, which takes right now 8 months to 12 months, 40 months maximum. It got better. So I think it's right now between 10, 12 months. And so, yeah, so you have to keep that in mind, that there's a process going on. But lots of the people who meet, who do it to get the relationship, who get engaged, get married, get the visa and make it. And engagement I see quite often. Like we had quite a few last year. We have already, did we have already one? No, this we are not. We are just on the 18th of January, but last year we had a lot. And actually I will show you a testimonial tonight from a couple who got engaged in March last year, and they're going to get married in July this year. And so, yeah, I see it very, very often because the aim of most of the people who use our service is getting married. Most people come to get married and to get engaged. So let me, before I'm getting more. Hi. Hi, Del. How are you? Del, I'm missing you. When are you coming back? Happy New Year, Maria and Kirk. This is Del from Phoenix, Arizona. Just wanted to say hello. Hi, Del. Del, I look forward to see you hopefully soon here in Colombia again. And yeah, it's always great that you're tuning in. All of you guys who are watching this, who have been here, who have been with us. I always love it that you're on the show. I always love it that you watch it, ask the questions, and lots of you already are professionals and dating here in Colombia, and you still watch the video. So, and it's like a community, like, and lots of you help each other. That's what I love in the tours as well. When you are guys, when you're on the tours, and I had it on the last Medellin tour. We had the one in September. We had a great tour there, and actually the guys were all the time together, really helping each other, supporting each other. One had a question about a woman and on the date and why, what you think. And so there was really this brotherhood, really friendship, because you really do want to have that other person, like there was not that competitive. It was more like, I want you to be happy, I want you to find a good woman, and I want you to find a good woman, and I want you to find a good woman, and all wanted the best for everybody. And that was a really beautiful vibe. And there's enough for everybody. We have so many women here. If you see probably the footage we're running through, you see probably our speed dating events, and you see probably lots of the tables. You see there are plenty of women. Usually we have 15, 20 men at a tour, and then we have maybe 100 women or more at a social per night. So usually we try to have 6 or 7 women per man per night. So there's a lot of to choose from. And so, yeah, it is a very special experience when you come here. And so yeah, so Del, looking forward to see you hopefully again, and all you guys who have been with us, who want to go on the tour, come back. It's always great to see you. And always great that you say hi, come into the office if you're having, if you're in your relationship, because lots of you come back to Colombia when you're in the relationship. We're always happy when you come into the office. So let's talk maybe one more second about Medellin and what's going on next week and what's going on generally on the tour. Then I will show you that testimonial and talk 1 second about the Barranquilla tour and about Barranquilla, and then we get in all of your questions, because I see you have a lot of them. And so that's great. So Medellin, we do have the conference call, which I told you already, this Friday. Next Thursday, all our tours, all our AFA tours start always on a Thursday, right? So you always arrive. You can obviously arrive on a Wednesday evening. You can arrive the day prior, so that you have enough time to settle in. And on Thursday starts your tour, so you can have dates from Thursday on. So if you arrive on Wednesday evening, on Thursday morning, which is great, you can have time maybe to go on a date on Thursday night, or have a lunch date, a dinner date, or both. If you have enough time, if you arrive on a Wednesday, you pay an additional night. You can reserve that with us. We book an extra night for you in the hotel, and then you arrive an evening earlier. The airport pickup is included, so you don't have to worry how to get to the hotel. And then on the next day, you can start dating. If you arrive Thursday in the afternoon, evening, that's perfect too. You have time to get settled in. And on Friday morning, we do the orientation meeting. The orientation meeting usually takes 2 hours, 1.5, 2 hours, which gives you some tips about the culture, about the dating, about the speed dating, about the translator, everything what's going on, the itinerary, what we do every day, because we have quite a lot of activities. Friday evening, we do have the first social night. So you get an agenda. So don't worry if you don't know where to go yet. In the conference call, before that conference call, 1 week of the tour, you get an agenda, and that agenda is with all the tips: what to do, where to go, what restaurants, what currency, whatever. The office address, the office address, the phone numbers of everybody, so of the staff. So you will get a lot of information prior to the travel. So don't panic if you don't know anything 1 month, 2 months, 3 months prior. 1 week prior, we will do the conference call. Usually 1, 2 weeks prior, you get the agenda, and then we do an orientation meeting while you are on the tour. As I said, in that orientation meeting, we talk about everything you need for the evening and the next days. Then we have the first social night. Usually here it takes like 4 or 5 hours per night. We start usually at 7, finish at 11, 12-ish. You usually start mingling at 6 if you want. Saturday, we have the city tour. Saturday evening, we have the next social night. Sunday, here, depends on the city, we have different activities. If we are in Cartagena, we go on an island. If we are in Barranquilla, we go on a river cruise. If we are in Medellin, we go to Guatapé, to the rock. So we do different excursions on Sunday. If there's a bank holiday, we might move it to Monday bank holiday, because here's always Monday bank holiday. And then we do the Chiba party bus usually in every city, and then we do dance lessons or a pool party or a penthouse party, depending on the city where we are. Usually we always do something every day in the 7-day tours. Like until the Wednesday. Wednesday is usually the day where everybody leaves, and then we still do more group activities if you want to. If not, everybody focus on dating, going out, meeting women, and that obviously we do the whole week. You have unlimited introductions included, so you can go on as many dates as you want. So that is Medellin, and that same is basically Barranquilla. So Medellin, we already sold out. Mexico is one spot left. Barranquilla, we still have some spots left. Barranquilla is amazing. I love the city. It's very surprising because when I came to Colombia 10 years ago, actually it's my 10th, it's not my 10th year in Colombia, but 10 years ago I arrived in Colombia, so I'm kind of emotional as well. It was this week, and yeah, it was like starting a different life for me since I'm living here. Obviously, you can imagine moving from Germany to Latin America. I didn't start in Colombia, I started in Ecuador, and I didn't right away move in 2013 to Colombia. I stayed here for 6 months, and then I traveled for more or less 3 years back and forth from Colombia to Mexico on a motorbike. And drove everything from Colombia to Mexico and back. And it was always, every country I went to, it was always like, oh, it is beautiful, but it's not Colombia. It's beautiful, but it's not Colombia. So we knew that we wanted to go to Colombia, back to Colombia. And since 2016, I'm here. So now 7 years and 10 years, first time coming here, staying 6 months, falling in love with the country, with the people. And so, yeah, that changed my life. And lots of you I met since I'm doing this here have changed your life. Not only finding Colombian women, lots of you have moved here, lots of you have started a life here, lots of you have started children, family here, have bought a horse, maybe a horse too, but a house or an apartment, a home for your family. So I know that what we're doing here, we're changing a lot of people's life. And so yeah, I love the country, I love the people, and if you have any questions, please let me know. What I want to say, kind of funny, Barranquilla was actually not the place I loved in the beginning. I never wanted to go to Barranquilla, don't ask me. And it took me until 2018 that I actually went to Barranquilla. So 5 years later, since and I was already living here 2 years. And I never really Barranquilla, I don't know, I'm not that of a city person. And when I started the office in Barranquilla, and then when I was there regularly, and started the office, I didn't start the office was already there. But when I started working there and running the office, then it was like, wow, Barranquilla is actually nice, and the people are so nice, and the tours are so nice, and the couples we make in Barranquilla are actually really nice. And so Barranquilla, it's not that touristy, it's not that famous. Like every tourist goes to Cartagena or to Medellin or to somewhere, but not necessarily to Barranquilla. because you usually, when you go from Cartagena, you go to Santa Marta. That's where I am right now. So you to basically skip Barranquilla, but definitely you should not skip Barranquilla, and definitely not when you're dating. I was obviously not dating at that time, so I was not looking for somebody in Barranquilla, but the city itself is very interesting. It's a lot of fun. We're getting into the carnival right now. It's carnival season. The Barranquilleras and Barranquilleros are excited, going crazy. I think we have the Bando this Saturday, which is like one of the first parades. And the pre-carnival is starting. All the neighborhoods are dancing and competition and doing, and it's like getting all like Barranquilla, like really the vibe starts 11th of November until March. Barranquilla is like the place to go, where like you can go all year long, but if we do the tour, we do it this year after the carnival. Lots of the times we did it before the carnival, but this time we do it after. So if you want to see the Carnival of Barranquilla, you can actually go prior, do the events of the carnival, which is great, and then stay longer and come to the social event. And the carnival is just so much fun. As I said, the people are very nice. The women are very professional, are nice, elegant, classy. Lots of them speak English, still traditional. Yeah. Just an interesting place. You have different cultures. You don't have too many foreigners, but you do have different influences because it's a port city, and so you have different influences from all over the world. You have fantastic restaurants. You can eat very well in Barranquilla. You can go shopping. I had a VIP call with another client today who told me that he was in Barranquilla last week. He visited, and he told me he's from California. He said like the mall in Barranquilla looked like the one in LA. And he was surprised. And Barranquilla has great shopping, great restaurants, great party, great people. So why not going to Barranquilla? And so if you still doubt it, let me show you that interview, the testimonial of Adam and Carolina. Carolina and Adam, they met last tour in Barranquilla. They met on the social event. They went out after the social event dancing. They connected. Like this Barranquilla tour was also a great tour. They connected on that evening, danced after that, and since ever then they went on dates, and he came back in March, proposed. I think also, I'm not sure if it was on the carnival or in the carnival, but it was the whole family on a party outside of the home. I showed you that proposal, and Ed and Carolina, also thank you so much for sharing your story, for letting us show you your happiness and that you found each other. Thank you so much for doing that. It always helps that other people see that this is real and that it's actually working and you can meet somebody on a tour. Adam came back very regularly, and now they're planning to get married in July. I think if I understood right, in Colombia, and I imagine at some point also in the United States. And so, that is really exciting. And I want to show you that beautiful couple, Adam and Carolina or Carolina, our engaged couple from our last Barranquilla.
Buenas tardes, hoy nos encontramos con una linda pareja que se conoció en el pasado tour de febrero. Vamos a presentarlo. Bienvenida, Carolina, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios.
Me alegro mucho. Bienvenido, Adam. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. Cuéntanos, Caro, ¿a cuántos eventos has asistido?
Solo a uno asistí, que fue el del año pasado, donde conocí a mi querido Dari.
¿Y cómo fue la experiencia en ese evento?
Súper chévere. O sea, me encantó la atención, el ambiente, los caballeros muy respetuosos. Un ejemplo, mi querido Dari, que es súper caballeroso conmigo, me respeta demasiado.
¿Y cuál fue la primera impresión que tuviste cuando conociste a Adam?
No, la primera impresión con él fue lo mismo. Es extrovertido como yo, le gusta el baile, bailamos hasta decirnos más toda esa noche. Incluso nos fuimos para una discoteca y el paso a seguir fue conocernos y nos conocimos súper bien. Afinidad en un momentico. Y lo más que adoro de él es el respeto hacia mi hija, que la adora, la traje por eso, ella es un ejemplo. Y sí, como dicen por ahí el dicho, si quieren al ternerito, quieren a la vaca. Entonces, ahí tienes el ejemplo, ya somos una bonita familia, que muy pronto va a estar ya notariada, si Dios quiere.
Excelente. Adam, tell us a little, why did you decide to come to Colombia, especially to Barranquilla?
I saw the website and the agency looked like a pretty nice place. I talked to some people here. It was really informative.
And how do you like the event?
It was good. It was about a year ago, wasn't it? Yeah. So, when,
Okay. What do you think about the girls? Was it like the first time did you talk to Carolina? What do you think?
she was really nice, very respectful, and seemed like a very good person. I spoke to a lot of different. It was kind of overwhelming to speak to a bunch of different girls, but she was the right one.
Caro, y después del evento, cómo se fueron cómo se fueron viendo las cosas?
Mira qué bien. O sea, mantuvimos una comunicación. Él se fue para Las Vegas por WhatsApp, videollamadas, mensajes. Siempre un hola, ¿cómo estás? Un buenos días, ¿estás bien? Me preguntaba por la gorda. Volvió a venir después en marzo, fue súper rápido. Hicimos la presentación con mi familia, porque él quería que lo presentara mi familia. Mi mamá encantada con él, por supuesto. Se portó súper con todos, para que no tenga queja de ninguna forma.
Y eso está muy bien. Caro, ¿y qué expectativas tenías cuando ingresaste a la agencia?
Pues uno ingresa como todo, con la desconfianza de que, ¿cómo se dijera? Hay mucha desconfianza en este tipo de agencias, cuando piensa que es algo malo, que es lo último, pero mira que no. En el evento me di cuenta que es algo súper serio. Los caballeros son personas decentes, no son como el tipo cotidiano que uno se enfrenta, ¿no? Y me llevó una experiencia súper bonita. Más que todo por haberlo conocido a él.
¿Y cómo ha sido el tema del idioma? O sea, ¿ha sido ha sido un obstáculo para ustedes o lo han sabido sortear?
Pues mira, yo inglés no manejo, te digo la verdad, malísima para el inglés, negada, él me dice tienes que aprenderlo, pero soy malísima para el inglés. Pero tú sabes que cuando tienes una afinidad con una persona, con él, con una mirada ya le digo si estoy bien, si quiero esto o no quiero esto, y él igual conmigo. Entonces no ha sido ningún obstáculo. El que diga que no, porque hablamos diferentes idiomas, es un obstáculo, es una gran mentira. Porque mira que los dos estamos súper bien, ya vamos para un año, los dos juntos.
Adam, is this your third in Colombia? How did you feel?
Coming now, or
Yes, this is the third time that you are here in Colombia, right? The first was in the event.
no, I came before.
So this is the third time, the fourth time. And how do you feel here in Barranquilla?
I feel very safe. Everything looks, it's pretty safe. I've never gotten in any trouble or any problems with anything.
And tell me, how was the marriage proposal?
It was at a little party we had at our house around our family and everything. So it was real exciting. She was there.
That's great. And how is your relationship with the girl, with your children being?
Everything's good. They're really good kids, both really well behaved, and they're really fun. So they're smart as a whip. So she keeps them in line.
That's great. Caro, ¿y ahorita cuáles son los planes que tienen a futuro?
Bueno, precisamente el día de hoy estaba en la notaría porque, o sea, la idea era dejar todo finiquitado ahorita, pero no se pudo por el tema de que los documentos tienen que tener menos de 3 meses, como te decía. Entonces la idea es que él ahorita se va, me envía los documentos por mensajería, ya me dejó un papel firmado, un poder, le dicen en la notaría. Y el proyecto a seguir es que en meses de junio, julio, ya el matrimonio está concretado para esa fecha.
Ay, qué bonito. Caro, ¿y cuál sería lo que tú le dirías a las chicas que están registradas en AFA, las que están esperando conseguir su media naranja?
Bueno, lo primero sería que no les dé miedo. Demuestren lo que son el día del evento, porque muchas se cohíben. Yo me di cuenta ese día en el evento, se cohíben, que la pena, no. A ellos les gusta que uno les muestre cómo es. Si eres alegre, demuéstralo. Si eres extrovertida, o sea, te gusta expresar lo que estás sintiendo en ese momento, exprésalo. Es mejor ser sincera en ese mismo momento, que ellos lo vean. Uy, mira, esta nena es súper, o sea, abierta, le gusta conocer lo diferente, porque sí es algo diferente. No manejas ese idioma, es muy complicado. Entonces, si te cohibes de que esto va a ser muy complicado porque no manejamos el mismo idioma, es una gran mentira. Mira, no manejo nada de inglés.
Y él no maneja nada de español.
Él no maneja nada de español, muy poco, lo que ha aprendido. Lamentablemente le han enseñado unas palabritas que no le tienen que enseñar, pero bueno, él las maneja súper.
What message do you leave to the gentleman from the experience of?
Just go for it and don't be afraid. step out there, we get some great results.
That's great. Carolina and Adam, thank you so much for this interview. Carolina, muchas gracias por esta entrevista, por haber compartido con nosotros un poco de la experiencia que ustedes han tenido y bueno, nuestros mejores deseos para ustedes en el futuro.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that interview. As I said, it's not perfectly translated and subtitled yet because it is really, really fresh and we just got it. And so we need a little bit of time to make all those subtitles and upload all the content. But you're going to see more, hopefully, of those testimonials, more interviews of the women. We're going to have new interview and new footage of the Medellin tour, yes, next week. And so we're going to film as usual. And so I hope in 2 weeks on the next show, I'm going to show you more material about what was going on in Medellin, how were the socials, everything. Guys, you're sending so many questions. So let me get to all your questions. We will do now 30 minutes at least, or 20, 30 minutes of questions. So go ahead if you have more and send them in. Let me see. Sean is asking, Mitchell is asking first. Mitchell is asking, I wonder, do we have to provide a list of women to meet if we are going to the speed dating parties? Mitchell, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to provide a list if you don't want to. I have clients who say, I don't want to invite anybody. I just want to go because we anyway invite enough people. So don't worry if you don't send a list. And I just want to go and meet and I don't care. You will know who to invite. And some really want to make sure that the woman they want to meet coming and want to invite them. So that send us a list if you have women you would like to invite. That obviously doesn't mean that she's going to come, right? It's just an invitation. If she doesn't want to go to the social, we will not force her. Some women do love go to the social, some don't. Some don't want to be in a huge group of people. So they really like more the one-on-one introductions or the one-on-one introduction, not so much the speed dating group events. But lots of women love it. So send your list and we try and invite as many as we can and try to reconfirm as 100 many times we have to that she actually is coming. We're going like crazy in reconfirmation for next week. We have around 150 women in the list of each week. Obviously, not all of the 150 will come, but we're expecting like 100, 80, 90, 100 something. So there's always a lot of women. And so you don't have to send a list, but you're very welcome because the list also, even if she is not available, she cannot come to the event, she doesn't want to come, or she's traveling or whatever, it gives us an idea of the woman you're liking. So if you send us IDs of the woman you would like to invite, even if she is not able to come, we will invite somebody who's similar, like similar age, similar physical, the physical part. So if you have a list, it definitely helps us to get an idea of your taste. Okay, next question is, will there be group tours in Santa Marta? Sean is asking. Thank you for sending your question in, Sean. Sean, right now we won't do any group tours in Santa Marta because we do need a lot of profiles, like a huge database to do the tours. As I said, if we want to invite 100, 150 women per night, we need 400, 500 women per night, per city, you know. And so we won't do any group tours yet in Santa Marta, but what you can do is individual introductions. I have quite a few clients doing this, and they are more and more coming, and more they come. They like Santa Marta. They really enjoy it, and there are a lot of things to do here around Santa Marta. And so we don't have group tours, but we do have individual introductions here, and a lot of beautiful, highly educated women. Most of them are university students. Sean, hi Maria, Sean from Missouri, United States. Hi Sean, can you talk about the structure of the social events, how long they last, and also can you talk more about the elite or executive service and how those work? And the individual tours. Okay, so you're asking like about a quick overview. So the social speed dating events are part of the tour. So if you want to participate in one of the events, you have to participate in the tour. And the events themselves last from 7 p.m. until 11:30 p.m. So 4.5 hours. We usually start at 6:30, like with the mingling, and then, as I said, usually up to 12. So let's say 4.5, 5 hours. That's what the speed dating event lasts. So it gives you not too much time, but enough time to meet enough women. And it's basically a pre-selection thing, right? So you meet a bunch of people at one night. You will feel from that 80 women, 90 women you meet, you might have connection with, I don't know, 10, 15. And then you go on individual dates, on private introductions afterwards. So the speed dating is just a pre-introduction, let's say, pre-filtering, and then you go on individual dates, and then you really meet the woman you really want to meet and repeat with the ones you really want to repeat. So that's the socials, but the socials are not only social, it's not the whole week. And in the whole week, you have the unlimited introductions, right? You can go on as many dates as you want. So the elite club and the executive service are very different from that. The elite club is Colombia. The executive service is Latin America. So that includes not only Colombia, if not Venezuela, Mexico, Peru, Costa Rica. If you see a profile in Argentina, if there's one in Honduras, wherever you see a profile in Latin America, she will be included in that service. So it's a little bit different. And it's not because in the tour you only have from that city, like 1 week, one city, meet a lot of women in that city. The elite one is different in the executive because you start 3 months prior to your travel. You do that individual, like with me working and the team, obviously, and Ginella and the Colombian team. And we do 3 months of prior matchmaking before you even travel. So what you do is we suggest you woman, you send us your hot list, we organize the video dates with the ones on your hot list, we suggest you more women, organize dates with those, and you do video calls for 2 months, right? So you do video calls every week. You have correspondence included. So you do video calls and correspondence every week with the help of me and the and me in person 5, let's say, depends on the client. And when you meet, you have a completely different connection because you were already talking for 2 months. So when you meet, it's more like already you go in that relationship, right? Usually most of our clients of the Elite Club start a relationship, nearly all of them start a relationship, and nearly all of them get engaged and married. Obviously with the time, it takes a little bit of time. It's not right away. Some couples take longer, some shorter, but that's the Elite. The individual one is the Latin Club. It's called Latin Club. And the individual one is basically a package of dates, so of individual introductions. You do get the airport pickup included as well, and you have up to 21 dates in 7 days, so up to 3 dates per day. Obviously up to means like if the woman's not available, if she's not interested, if she doesn't have time that day, then it might be only 2 that day, but we try always to make you a minimum 2-3 dates per day. Okay, and so that is similar like the tour because you go and you meet. There is no prior matchmaking at all. You go, you meet, you go on a date, you feel if there's a connection, and then probably after a week you go home, and then you do everything afterwards on your own, right? While in the VIP you have a lot of support before, and so the after is also a lot easier. And for all of you who are interested, we are also working on providing you here in Colombia a after matchmaking service. So because one thing is to match you with and to get you the connections, but the other one where I see a lot of you struggle is the cultural differences and understanding the female part, and the female part understanding the other culture as well, the male part from another country. So even often if there's a connection, a great connection, sometimes the relationships don't work out because of the cultural barriers and difficulties and misunderstandings. So we want to support you in that. I'm working on that program right now to get that hopefully starting in springtime. So for the ones who are right now using a server, it doesn't matter, we will do it for the VIP, but anybody who's using a service, for example, you met somebody on a tour and you are in a relationship with that person from that tour, but you have troubles, you don't understand, you got in a fight, whatever, we are there to help you a little bit in that. So I'm working on that. Stay tuned. I will keep you updated with that. It will take me a couple of months because we have quite a few tours coming up. As I said, we're hiring a lot of new people, so I have to train a lot of people. But once we are a little bit more organized in the next 2-3 months, I work on that after matchmaking coaching program, and then I keep you updated. So to get even more couples, more successful couples. So next questions is, so I hope I could give you a better overview about all of the services. You can also do individual introductions where you don't buy a package, you pay for a date in the city. You can do that too. You can also do the video calls individually. You can pay per video call. It's $150 US for a 30-minute video call. You have a matchmaker with you in the call who speaks the language. Obviously, it translates for you as well. And we have letters. If you want to write a letter, that's possible too. You can write a letter, organize a video call. There are different ways. You can also write no letter, no video call, just travel and meet. All is possible. John is saying, so glad to see you all after the holidays. Hi, John. Been some time since I was able to see the webcast. I'm signed up for the June trip to Medellin. Great, John. Looking forward to meeting all the very beautiful Colombian women, making some new friends with a guy I love you, and of course, just a wonderful time all around. John, I love the spirit. You and your team continue to do a great job with the information you are providing to us, guys. I think you are still real. Remember me, John. John, thank you for your email, for your message, and I'm looking forward to see you in June in Medellin. It's great. Guys, I'm always happy to read from you and hear from you. Regis is asking, any trips upcoming to Colombia? Yes, Regis, we have the March tour. We have the Medellin tour sold out. The March tour, we still have spaces left in Barranquilla. And then we have in April, Cartagena. Let me show you my screen, actually, so that might help you to see. Kirk, if you can show my screen for a second so that we can show the tour schedules here. So guys, we are on the tour website here. I don't know, I will wait a second until my screen is updated here and Kirk can show my screen. So as you can see, Medellin starts 26th of February, sold out. Mexico City, one spot left. We have Barranquilla on March 2nd. We have then Peru, Costa Rica in the middle, Cartagena on April 13th, Medellin on June 1st. Then we have Barranquilla on August 10th. And then we have Medellin on September 21st, 1 month later. And then we have Cartagena on November 2nd. So total 7 tours this year in Colombia. And looking forward to meet you and see you on that tour. Let me see, what is your next question here? Super. Irv is saying, I'm in my late 40s and still want another kid. It's hard to find anything worth the risk here in the States. Irvin, I cannot say that, but I mentioned that is your perceptive, and that's probably true. Here in Colombia, I think that's why a lot of you guys coming. It is very easy in your late 40s to have another kid. I have clients who are 50, 60, and including 70 who have had children here. And so, yeah, definitely, it's easy here. The women are very open to age difference. Marcelo, I need a vacation. I love Latin culture and the nicest people. Marcelo, then come. Try to get maybe on the Barranquilla tour if it's possible for you. The Barranquilla tour will be great. As I already told you in the last 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes here, Barranquilla is also a very surprising city and very nice city to be in. Niles, any videos of long-term couples? Niles, there are plenty of videos in our channels. There are a lot of testimonials on our websites. We have a lot of long-term couples. We have a lot of people who are married for 10, 15, 12, 9, 20 years. Like the owners of the company are actually married, both of them, for over 25 years. So yes, there are a lot of long-term couples, a lot of long-term marriages, and yeah, definitely look in our channels and you will find a lot of them, and we're always publishing and testimonials and also long-term testimonials. I already signed up for the Barranquilla tour. Amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. Mark, I feel I might not be able to make a woman happy if she wants kids since I'm over 40. Mark, no, nothing to worry. You worry a lot, but that is really nothing to worry about. Here, as I said, in Colombia, women are very open, and most of my clients, not most, but half of my clients at least want to have a child, and lots of them are over 50. Sometimes opposite attracts. I wish the best for them. Yes, sometimes opposite attracts. That's true. And it's not necessarily bad at the opposite. It's just you have to balance some things. Obviously, it attracts and sometimes it can cause problems. But it can also be very positive if you can balance those aspects. So that's great. And especially if you're looking for something different. What I can hear from you guys is often you want something different. You don't want the same. You want a different experience and something different. That is something I hear from you all the time. It must be very bad in the US. See guys from different backgrounds coming to Colombia find a wife. I don't know because I don't know the US that well, but my feedback, what I get from you, it is not that easy for some of you, and especially what some of you are looking for something different and you align more with this culture. And I don't think it's necessarily something bad because we were used to lots of years where everybody was pretty much in their village, in their town, like maybe traveling in your country was still something like where it was already like kind of adventurous when you were living, I don't know, let's say in Germany, you lived in Berlin and you were dating somebody from Munich, it was very adventurous already because you were looking for somebody from a different city. Imagine now somebody from a different culture, from a different country. But I think the world changed. We are a globalized world now since we have the internet. I think everything is pretty much mixed up. We can travel. For a lot of people, it's traveling possible, which was not possible 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. Now traveling is kind of standard. You can go easily on a vacation. You can easily go in another country. You have an Instagram, a World Wide Web, a YouTube where you can put any place in the world in and you will find a photo and information. So traveling now, meeting now, and now having more information about different cultures because lots of people were afraid about the different. And now people actually see how great it is, how different we are, and how we can how that differentness helps us actually, and this uniqueness helps us, and meeting somebody different from a different country, I don't think it as necessarily have to be a bad thing and a bad situation in the US. If not, just I think people are just looking for other options and just opening their horizon, and I think that's great. And just opening your horizon and traveling and meeting somebody from a different culture will make you learn so much about yourself and about your culture. So yes, I think it's great that a lot of you are thinking. I mean, I was never, it's not true. I was always thinking to move to another country, but I think it's just great that nowadays it's so easy to find the information and do it. Dennis is asking, do you have a lot of the Colombian women green eyes? Lots, no, there are. Like most women do have dark eyes here, dark hair and dark eyes, but you also have some parts where there were different influences from, for example, Europe. And you do have a part at the coast where you have some people with blue or green eyes, and you have some people in Medellin, and also even at the Pacific coast, sometimes they're really crazy eye colors, but you do sometimes have people with green eyes, or like this. They're not only, sometimes you have not the green, but like a Bernstein, like a really golden eye look, like it's really, really crazy. Like there are really crazy combinations here, ethnic combinations. So, I need a vacation. We had that already. Come on your vacation. Let me see. I think I scrolled up and down. John, we had you. Christopher, not a part of AFA, but I saw the video with Jeanette, the older woman from Medellin. Jeanette. Jeanette is 50 something. Yes. I cannot tell her ID right now because I don't have it in my mind, but I know who you're talking about, Jeanette from Medellin. And she, if you need more information, Christopher, you can write me an email. And if you want to reach out to Jeanette, I'm not sure if she's still on the website, actually, she's still active. I would have to ask Manuela. And I probably, in case we'll see her next week if she goes to the social. So if you want to reach out to me and we can investigate a little bit more about Janet. Connell is asking, is Barranquilla a good city to meet your future wife? Is Barranquilla safe? Connell, actually, I was worried about that. That's why I didn't want to go to Barranquilla so much, because I really was worried about safety. But I have been now, I don't know how many times in Barranquilla, and I always feel pretty safe. I obviously do use taxis. I'm not using all the time my phone on the streets, depending where I am. But generally speaking, I've been out, I've been partying But I've been also a lot with some people in Barranquilla who know. So if you date a woman from Barranquilla, she will know where to go. And generally saying, yes, Barranquilla is safe. Obviously, there are places where in every city, big city in the world, there are neighborhoods where you should not go, but there's nothing like you have nothing to do with it. Usually as a tourist, you stay in the northern part of Barranquilla and there are amazing hotels and beautiful spas and beautiful. So yes, Barranquilla is safe for most parts. I would love more information about registering for November. Of course, that's why I'm saying lots of you are already planning for November. If you want the website I was showing you is lovely.com, you go on /Latin tours and then lovely.com/tour/order/Latin-tour-order.html. If you want to make it more easy, you go on Love Me, and on the right hand side there's the tour button and you click on it, or on the search on the thing up there, you will see a single tours and just click there. And so if you want to go and sign up for the November tour, you just select Cartagena in November, the date. You saw my site now. You go just click the date and then you select the 7-day, 10-day or 14-day option. You fill out the form below that link. If you have a question, you can write to me or Kirk here and can send you the link, and then you can submit your order form. And you can do that already. The only thing you have to do is to put a $475 US deposit down to reserve your spot. The rest is, I think, 1 month or 2 months prior is the full amount requested, but right now you just need to put a deposit in to reserve your spot, and 30 days prior you still can move your tour in case you can't make it without any charges. If you cancel 30 days less than 30 days prior to the tour, we keep the 475. But if you let us know 30 days prior, I can't make it in November, I want to move it to next year, February, no problem. And you can, I think, move it 2 or 3 times without any extra charge. If you need more information about that, please talk to Michelle. She is the one who is the group tour manager there. Ibrahim, hello everyone from Istanbul, Turkey. Hi, welcome. Greetings to all of you for ladies, love and respect. Ibrahim, welcome. Amazing that you're tuning in from Istanbul. I love it that you're coming from all over the world, watching those videos and looking into dating women from different places all over the world. Joel is saying guten Abend. Hi, guten Abend. Good evening. I'm going to Medellin. Joel, welcome and looking forward to seeing you next week in Medellin. Is John or Ken going to be there? No, John or Ken are not going to be there on this tour. Ken might be going on the March tour in Barranquilla. He's right now in Thailand, but he's going to be probably on the March tour. I cannot 100% promise it because Ken has to see his travel schedule. He's very busy going everywhere, but hopefully he can be here in March. And John and Ken were just here in November. So we had a really, really cool time together, and it was really fun to see everybody. And for them, I think it was a lot of fun too. So what is the difference between a single tour and a group tour? So the single group tours, there is no difference. Like the single tour and the group tour, the single group tours are the same thing that are the tours we're talking about. We have the individual tour. Maybe you're referring to that one, the individual tour. So the difference is the group tour you can do just in certain dates of the year. That were the ones I was just telling you, like March 2nd, 13th of April, 1st of June, 2nd of November. Like those group tours just start on a special date and they don't happen all year long. We have to plan for them. As I said, like we invite over 100 women per night. So there's a lot of organization. The individual tour, the Latin club, you can do any time of the year. So if you say, I want to travel next month to Medellin and there's no tour, no problem. You can go and do the individual tour, the Latin club, where you get up to 21 dates per week. Or you can also do individual introduction and you can just pay by introduction. So if you want to do just 5 and not 21, that's totally possible as well. Marcelo, I'm going to Barranquilla. Marcelo, looking very forward. Hey guys, it's great that you're here, already signed up for the tours and going, and I'm happy. We'll be taking any trips to the beaches on that tour. Marcelo, Barranquilla is located at the border and it's a port city, but it has not, it has actually no beaches. So really close to the city. Like 20 minutes away, there's a nice beach in Puerto Colombia. But you do have the river. and you have a really nice walkway for over, I think, 10 kilometers at the river where you can do exercises and run and skate and walk and eat and everything. So we won't make a beach trip, but we do make, I mean, you can do the beach trip. Some guys go to the beach 20 minutes from Barranquilla with the girls, actually a great thing, and they love that. But we're going to do the river cruise on Sunday, and we're going to do a pool party in one of the beautiful, very famous hotels called Hotel El Prado, and we will be doing that. So we're going to have water in our itinerary, and if you want to go to the beach with the girl, lots of clients do that on a Monday, Tuesday, or it depends how much days you are there, and you go there anytime. You take a taxi to the beach, 20 minutes, you pay like $10 max, $5, usually between $5 and $10, and you go there. Chuck is saying, great webcast and testimonial. Thank you so much, Chuck. If I go on the tour, can I elect not to be on the videos? Yes, of course. You let us always know if you don't want to be. I have, unfortunately, lots of you don't want to be in the videos. I always encourage you to do so, because I know the ones who are watching the videos right now, lots of you come because of the videos. And lots of you, it changes the life because some other client was so nice to share his life, like for example Adam tonight. I mean, he was sharing his experience, he was sharing how he felt safe, how he fell in love with the city. And so obviously if you say I don't want to be in the videos, you don't want to be in the videos, and we have a lot. I would love to show you much more. I would love to show you. I have so many more testimonials, so many more clients, but I cannot show you most of it, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm always very happy if you let us film, but if you don't want to be in the videos, no problem. I went on the Mexico City tour, was expecting more women at the social. How many women attend on the Colombian tours? Chuck, it depends always on the quantity of the clients. So if I only have 8 clients, 10 clients on a tour, I won't have 200 women on a tour, because obviously the women will get tired and will never come back. If I have 20 women per man, it's not going to work. So we have to keep a balance, and you have to keep in mind that those women are meeting very few men that night. So we can sometimes not have more than, as I said, if we have 6 women per man, it's already like the women get already, they don't, all of them love it. So we try to balance it a little bit, but usually if we have, for example, 15 clients, I usually have 105, 110 women per night planned. So that's plenty. That's most of the time too much. I rather have a little bit less, but have the ones you are looking for, than having too many. But generally, I had never had that complaint that we have too few women. We always have a lot of women, and for most of the men, it's plenty. And as I said, we have to keep a balance, because we cannot invite 10 women per man. We have done it, and it has been working, but it's not the best, because long-term running, we want to do the events and want to have the woman coming, because if not, you are complaining why that woman doesn't show up. So if we do it too big, too many women, next time the woman won't come. They love it when it's smaller. Like the women really love it if we have only like 30, 40 people in one room. That's what they love. The men love 100 and more. So we have to find a balance. And Nayat is saying Bogota women are more educated and marriage-minded. I don't know about that. I think generally speaking, most Colombian women are very marriage-minded. Most of them are very traditional, serious. You are right. I would say that they are very well educated in Bogota. Lots of them are very professional and moved to Bogota because it's the capital and there are more opportunities of work there. So that's why there are great profiles in Bogota, but I would say they are marriage-minded in Barranquilla, in Cartagena, and Santa Marta. Like in general, they're marriage-minded. I would not say it's more in Bogota, but I do think there are nice women in Bogota. Why don't you do a tour in Bogota? Captain Cisco is asking. Captain, it's a little bit the same like in Santa Marta. We do already have a lot of profiles here, but not such a huge database, and we don't have in Bogota the team. So I don't think we will do tours so quickly in Bogota, but we're still planning that. I don't know if it will be this year, maybe next year, maybe we do small tours, maybe we limit it to a smaller amount of clients and start with something small. Santa Marta, definitely, I think we would consider doing it, but we still have to grow Santa Marta more. So if you have patience, we might add more tour cities. But still, if you, for example, go to the Barranquilla tour, sometimes we have Santa Marta women go to the Barranquilla tour. And we also had, I think, somebody from Bogota coming to the Medellin tour, but it's not the norm. Like, it's not normal that the woman travels so many of them to Medellin just to go on a social. If you invite her, if you fly her over, she is mostly very open to do so. Guys, we're getting here to the end. We're over time already, but I think you still are having questions here. Let me check if I answered everything or if there are more questions. Do many ladies speak English at the events? Nick is asking. Nick, we always try to invite the ones who speak English. But as I said, not all of them do it. The ones of them who speak it, yes, sometimes they're even shy to speak it in front of a couple of women at the table. But we always try to invite the ones who speak the language. And there are more and more younger girls speaking English because there's more and more demand for English speakers, and there are a lot of jobs. So yes, more and more women are speaking English here. And we, as I said, we're trying to invite as many as we can. If she doesn't come, then you always can go on an individual introduction with a woman who speaks English. Alejandro, I noticed quite a few white and black men in the V's. Do you think Colombian girls would be hesitant to date Hispanic men? Alejandro, no. I'm very seeing Colombian girls are generally very open to everything, to race, to culture, to age, to religion. Religion sometimes is, especially as religion sometimes is not that easy. For example, if you're Muslim, it's a little bit difficult, or yeah, then it's like, but it's also possible also that Muslims, different religions, lots of different religions I had already, of course, and race is usually not a problem at all, and Hispanic less, because there's a lot of Hispanic influence here, and it's an advantage if you know the Hispanic culture as well. So the women are generally open, and if you speak the language, if you have a Hispanic background, I have a lot of Mexican clients as well. So no problem at all. Spanish, like, no, doesn't matter at all. Everybody, it works for everybody. Let me see. I did have a question. How are the first dates set up? First day, are these dates coordinated? Will the names we provide as part of our hot list, or should we let you specifically who we would love to have a date with upon an arrival? We'll be on the June tour for 2 weeks. Yes, John, amazing. Great that you will be for 2 weeks there. And yes, so what we do is, if you don't send us a different list, we take a woman from that hot list you provided us exactly and try to set up an individual date with her. Some of you send one list and say social, and then put there the ones who want individual dates with. Some say, I don't care, invite to social, invite privately who is available. If she doesn't want to go to social, I want to meet her on a private date. If she's open to go to social, I meet her on the social. So yeah, that is basically where we work with your list. And if you want to send 2 lists, like a individual dating list and a social list, you're very welcome to do so. More information you can provide us, better. It helps us. Should I get a visa before I take a trip out there just in case, or the other way around? Faith, I don't know where you're from, but most of the people don't need a visa for Colombia. I know that South Africa and some African countries do need a visa, and I don't know which other countries do need a visa, but US doesn't need, Europe doesn't need. So I don't know if you want, Google, if I don't know where you're coming from, Google if your country requires, if Colombia requires a visa of your country. Tracy Robinson is saying, I hope to learn more about your tours, Maria. Can you send me some information? Yes, of course, Tracy. If you can write me an email, because I don't have any contact information of you. You guys, I cannot contact you with just the information I have here. Some of you have an email somewhere, like Dell. I see Dell's email, and I see John's email, and see Sean's email. And that's about basically it. I don't see any other emails. So if you don't register your email, I cannot write you an email. If not, please write me one and I send you the information back. So I definitely can send you more information about the tours. And if you go on loveme.com, go on the single group tours, you will find also the information. Mark is asking, and then I think we are basically getting here to the end. Mark is asking, Maria, is the visa process started in the office once you are engaged to your lady? So actually, you don't have to be engaged. to start the visa process. Obviously, you have to show to the embassy that you are in a serious relationship, right? They want to prevent fake marriages. They don't want the fake thing. So they want to see it's real. So if you are not engaged yet, you take a lot of pictures, as many as you can, in restaurants and wherever you go, on a trip, on a day excursion, wherever you want to go, wherever you go together, you take pictures and make memories, and those pictures you add to your visa application. So you don't have to be engaged, but I would recommend you, it's easier if you get engaged, and you can do it in the office, or you just ask me for the information. I refer you to our visa lawyer. Actually, if you are having a tour, you have the visa consultation for free included, and if you are the VIP as well. And so you get free visa information. She makes a case study with you and then provides you with the information you need. And then you start the visa. As I said, it takes approximately 10 to 12 months right now. So, so yeah. Mervin is asking how much does it cost. I don't know if you ask about the visa, about the tour. So the visa right now, I think is about $2,300, and then a couple of $100 extra for the child, plus it's the attorney, and then you have the medical exam, and you have another, I think, registration fee. If you need the information, I have that everything summarized in an email. I sent it to you, and then you can ask me, and Liz is our specialist in Phoenix about the visas as well. So if you have more questions, you can also ask Liz. I'm from Ohio. I don't know if I need a visa to visit the places like Cartagena, Medellin, just a passport. Face, you don't need a visa. So you're from the everybody's from the United States, you don't need a visa, you just need a passport, exactly. You need a passport, and you have to fill out 1 day prior to your travel, like a check migration form. But no worries, write me an email and we send you the information, the link you need, and Michelle, everybody sends it to everybody together with the tutorial video if you sign up for the tour, so no problem. Marcelo is asking, oh, you keep on asking, guys. Okay, I tried to get more of your questions answered. So 5 more minutes, and then and then we are connecting in 2 weeks again. And if you have more questions, reach out via mail and I get back to you. I'm going for 14 days, Marcelo. That's great. Can I do my laundry somewhere when I'm there? I don't want to pack that much. Yes, definitely you can do laundry in the hotel. They have obviously laundry, and around the hotel, there are lots of places, laundry places. So they usually need like 24 hours to get you the laundry back. So keep that in mind. So don't go the last day when you don't have anything to wear anymore. Go a little bit of time ahead. But yes, there are definitely laundry places, and not that expensive either at all. I see the videos now and was wondering, are all the ladies at the social on the AFA website? Yes, I saw in the videos with no AFA numbers. The ones you see in the videos who have no numbers are the very new profiles who haven't been approved. But usually after the social, because what happens obviously when we do the socials, it's like lots of the women want to come with their friend, or they want to take whatever, their sister, and so she has to subscribe. So often she says, I want to go next week, and so we say, okay, fill out the form, send me the photos, send me everything, and then she goes on the social, and then we upload the profile. The profile approval process is quite complex in the company, so it takes like 5 different people who approve the profile. Like if her D is right, her name is right, her birth date is right, her everything is right, her photos are correct, is she well presented, whatever. Like there are a lot of factors when the profile gets approved, so it takes us 2-3 weeks to get a profile approved. So often when she's in the video, it is maybe the first evening she's with us, and then 1 or 2 weeks later she's on the website. So usually the ones who have no ID numbers should be on the website by now, from all the tours from last year. The latest one was in November, so all the ones from November should be uploaded on the website and should be there right now. If there's anybody you see you don't know the ID number, send me an email and we try to find her name. Yeah. Age distribution of maintaining the socials is over 30, younger than 30, considered too young for this woman? No, not at all. I had another client who asked me that week. The women are not minding age, they're not minding race, they're not minding culture, as I said, and young, no problem. I had clients who are 25, 24 on a social. I had another one, 28 last week here. So no, you can definitely go with around 30, the age of 30 younger. If you're 25, 24, 23, 21, if you're over than 18, you can go to the social and you're not considered too young. Because we do have a lot of young women. We have women who are 18, 19, 20, 21, and not all of them want to meet a man who's over 40, you know? So lots of them want to meet somebody 28, 29, 20, 30. So we are happy. The younger, the better. So no worries. The women love that. They love everything. Like they just want to find a really good man. That's it. Does AFA provide legal counsel for services such as prenups? No, Niles, we don't do legal services as prenups. You would have to look for a lawyer, or maybe if we have one here, depending, probably it would be more in the US. So probably it makes sense for you to look in the US for that. Or in Colombia, we don't really work on that. But in case you need help, we try to help you with that. But we don't have legal counsel for prenups. Have you ever had East Asian men coming to the tour? Yes, definitely, Don. I had a lot of East Asian men coming, and what's the general reaction I get from the girls? To be honest with you, it is normal. Like, it depends on you as well. Sometimes I do see that sometimes East Asian men don't do so well in correspondence. Like from the photos, it depends maybe on the quality of your photo, guys. It's in general. It doesn't have to do sometimes with the culture and the race at all. Sometimes just the quality of your photo and how you will present yourself. So I have seen it that I had on the last tour somebody in Medellin as well, and he was really worried about that he will not get any dates in Medellin, and he was not that lucky in the ladders because I think the photos were not that great. Actually, what I told you just now. And when he went to Medellin, he was doing amazing. He had so many dates. The girls loved him. So I don't think it has something to do with the race. I think it's more about the personality and how well you present yourself. Lorenzo, hi Lorenzo, I'm residing in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I would like to know if I have been corresponding and this person want to attend any of the socials, but would like to meet in person. Can I get assistance from AFA to meet if I took a solo flight and I can get recommendations for hotels? Of course, Lorenzo, of course. So that's great. It's great, and it's not a bad sign at all that she doesn't want to go to socials and meet you alone. That's very normal for her. Why would she share you with another 100 women if she can be with you? And that's what she wants. She just wants one man. And so yes, you get assistance. We help you to arrange the date. Actually, you have to contact us to meet her. To be able to arrange the date, you have to pay for the introduction to be able to arrange the date. Usually we do that in the office, and then we also recommend your hotel, of course. Just reach out to me, please, and then I help you with that and arrange everything. Okay. So I think we're getting pretty much to the end. I think you are having a lot of questions, and thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Let me check one more time if I oversee something, but I think we are pretty much. Yes, I think in order to live there, that's when the visa is needed. Yes, if you want to live permanently, if you want to live permanently in Colombia, then you would need a resident visa. So you do get a tourist visa for up to 6 months, like they give you 90 days usually at the airport. So when you enter here, you can stay for 3 months. Then you extend, I think it's $25. You extend if you want to stay longer for another 3 months. So you can stay maximum 6 months per year. You can also on a tourist visa, but you can come in 2 weeks, then you go out, you come 3 months later, another 2 weeks, you go out. So this is only 1 month, then you stay another month, you go out. So you can do the 6 months stretch it out throughout the whole year. And once you want to stay here for the rest of the year, like you don't want to be on the tourist visa, not on a resident visa, then you have to do a different type of visa exactly. Like you have to get married, or you get a pension visa, or you get an investment visa. So yes, if you want to stay permanently in Colombia, you need a visa. But if you come to date, you come on a vacation, you come on a tour, you do a tourist visa, you don't need to do anything. You just go with your passport, you book the flight, and at the same airport, you do the migration, and that's it. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, don't worry. Jerry's asking, do you have the executor's package available? Jerry, yes, I do have the executor's package available. Although in January and February, like January, I'm very booked up, but in February and March, I will be able to have a space more. But the time you start to travel, but definitely we have the executive package, the elite executive package with all Latin America, yeah. And in the executive, you have $5,000 of correspondence included, and in the elite, you have $500 of correspondence included, plus video calls, plus in-country meeting, plus. I don't want to get into all of that again. I don't want to bore you, but if you need more information, Jerry, please send me an email if you can, afacolombia7@gmail.com, and I provide you with more information. Good, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. That's it for tonight. And thank you for all your questions, for your great participation. I hope I could help you. I thought we would end like already long time ago, but we're still having questions coming in. So if you still have no more to talk about, as I said, please reach out. Next week, I will be in Medellin. In 2 weeks, I will be back with the new footage of the Medellin tour. And then hopefully on mid-February on, we're getting organized with our weekly webcast here with Manuela. So I hope you're looking forward to that. I will keep you updated with everything which is going on here in Colombia. I'm wishing you a beautiful week. And I see you soon, guys. Thank you for coming and tuning in for tonight. Bye-bye. Lots of greetings.
Buenas tardes, hoy nos encontramos con una linda pareja que se conoció en el pasado tour de febrero. Vamos a presentarlo. Bienvenida, Carolina, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios.
Me alegro mucho. Bienvenido, Adam, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. Cuéntanos, Caro, ¿a cuántos eventos has asistido?
Solo a uno asistí, que fue el del año pasado, donde conocí a mi querido Dari.
¿Y cómo fue la experiencia en ese evento?
Súper chévere, o sea, me encantó la atención, el ambiente, los caballeros muy respetuosos. Un ejemplo, mi querido Dari, que es súper caballeroso conmigo, me respeta demasiado.
¿Y cuál fue la primera impresión que tuviste cuando conociste a Adam?
No, la primera impresión con él fue lo mismo, es extrovertido como yo, le gusta el baile, bailamos hasta decir no más toda esa noche. Incluso nos fuimos para una discoteca y el paso a seguir fue conocernos y nos conocimos súper bien. Afinidad en un momentico. Y lo más que adoro de él es el respeto hacia mi hija, que la adora, la traje por eso, ella es un ejemplo. Y sí, como dicen por ahí el dicho, si quieren al ternerito, quieren a la vaca. Entonces, ahí tienes el ejemplo, ya somos una bonita familia, que muy pronto va a estar ya notariada, si Dios quiere.
Excelente. Adam, tell us a little. Why did you decide to come to Colombia, especially to Barranquilla?
I saw the website and the agency looked like a pretty nice place. I talked to some people here. It was really informative.
And how do you like the event?
It was good. It was about a year ago, wasn't it? Yeah. So,
Okay. What do you think about the girls? Was it like the first time did you talk to Carolina? What do you think?
she was really nice, very respectful, and seemed like a very good person. I spoke to a lot of different. It was kind of overwhelming to speak to a bunch of different girls, but she was the right one.
Caro, y después del evento, ¿cómo se fueron cómo se fueron viendo las cosas?
Mira qué bien. O sea, mantuvimos una comunicación. Él se fue para Las Vegas por WhatsApp, videollamadas, mensajes. Siempre un hola, ¿cómo estás? Un buenos días, ¿estás bien? Me preguntaba por la gorda. Volvió a venir después en marzo, fue súper rápido. Hicimos la presentación con mi familia, porque él quería que lo presentara mi familia. Mi mamá encantada con él, por supuesto. Se portó súper con todos, para que no tenga queja de ninguna forma.
Y eso está muy bien. Caro, ¿y qué expectativas tenías cuando ingresaste a la agencia?
Pues uno ingresa como todo, con la desconfianza de que, ¿cómo se dijera? Hay mucha desconfianza en este tipo de agencias, cuando piensa que es algo malo, que es lo último, pero mira que no. En el evento me di cuenta que es algo súper serio. Los caballeros son personas decentes, no son como el tipo cotidiano que uno se enfrenta, ¿no? y me llevó una experiencia súper bonita. Más que todo por haberlo conocido a él.
¿Y cómo ha sido el tema del idioma? O sea, ha sido un obstáculo para ustedes o lo han sabido sortear?
Pues mira, yo inglés no manejo, te digo la verdad, malísima para el inglés, negada, él me dice tienes que aprenderlo, pero soy malísima para el inglés. Pero tú sabes que cuando tienes una afinidad con una persona, con él, con una mirada ya le digo si estoy bien, si quiero esto o no quiero esto, y él igual conmigo. Entonces no ha sido ningún obstáculo. El que diga que no, porque hablamos diferentes idiomas, es un obstáculo, es una gran mentira. Porque mira que los dos estamos súper bien, ya vamos para un año, los dos juntos.
Adam, is this your second, third in Colombia? How did you feel?
Coming now, or
Yes, this is the third time that you are here in Colombia, right? The first was in the event.
no, I came before.
So this is the third time, the fourth time. And how do you feel here in Barranquilla?
I feel very safe. Everything looks, it's pretty safe. I've never gotten in any trouble or any problems with anything.
And tell me, how was the marriage proposal?
It was at a little party we had at our house around our family and everything. So it was real exciting. She was there.
That's great. And how is your relationship with the girl, with your children being?
Everything's good. They're really good kids, both really well behaved, and they're really fun. So they're smart as a whip. So she keeps them in line.
That's great. Caro, ¿y ahorita cuáles son los planes que tienen a futuro?
Bueno, precisamente el día de hoy estaba en la notaría porque, o sea, la idea era dejar todo finiquitado ahorita, pero no se pudo por el tema de que los documentos tienen que tener menos de 3 meses, como te decía. Entonces la idea es que él ahorita se va, me envía los documentos por mensajería, ya me dejó un papel firmado, un poder, le dicen en la notaría. Y el proyecto a seguir es que en meses de junio, julio, ya el matrimonio está concretado para esa fecha.
Ay, qué bonito. Caro, ¿y cuál sería lo que tú le dirías a las chicas que están registradas en AFA, las que están esperando conseguir su media naranja?
Bueno, lo primero sería que no les dé miedo. Demuestren lo que son el día del evento, porque muchas se cohíben. Yo me di cuenta ese día en el evento, se cohíben, que la pena, no. A ellos les gusta que uno les demuestre cómo es. Si eres alegre, demuéstralo. Si eres extrovertida, o sea, te gusta expresar lo que estás sintiendo en ese momento, exprésalo. Es mejor ser sincera en ese mismo momento, que ellos lo vean. Uy, mira, esta nena es súper, o sea, abierta, le gusta conocer lo diferente, porque sí es algo diferente. No manejas ese idioma, es muy complicado. Entonces, si te cohibes de que esto va a ser muy complicado porque no manejamos el mismo idioma, es una gran mentira. Mira, no manejo nada de inglés.
Y él no maneja nada de español.
Él no maneja nada de español, muy poco, lo que ha aprendido. Lamentablemente le han enseñado unas palabritas que no le tienen que enseñar, pero bueno, él las maneja súper.
What message do you leave to the gentleman from the experience of?
Just go for it and don't be afraid. Just, step out there. You'll get some great results.
That's great. Carolina and Adam, thank you so much for this interview. Carolina, muchas gracias por esta entrevista, por haber compartido con nosotros un poco de la experiencia que ustedes han tenido y bueno, nuestros mejores deseos para ustedes en el futuro.
Okay. So